Okay, I'm back. Discount Easter chocolate the day after is honestly such a move. How's the audio, by the way? Should I turn it up? Should I turn it down? Isaac is a little quieter than Felvidec was. But then again, the audio does not matter as much in Isaac, so we will see. I've got my little to-do list out here with everything that we've done so far. Can barely hear the Isaac. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up a little. I need to realize I can get a little braver now with the audio because I finally realized that there's an option to make it so that the game audio will go down when I am speaking into the microphone, which is fantastic news. So yeah, my Easter, surprisingly not very chocolatey, all things considered. It could have been more chocolatey. Who are we gonna play as? We've done all Eden. We were doing Apollyon last time, and I was getting tilted. Not tilted, but tilted. So let's try and redeem that right now. So yeah, my Easter started with airport, because I went and I spent Easter with the in-laws. The first time I was spending it with sort of in full capacity as in-laws. First time spending Easter since the relationship got an upgrade. It evolved from boyfriend girlfriend to fiance. So we were out there with the in-laws. We were just having a lovely old time. But before getting all the way out there, I had to go to the East Coast, which is where they live. We were out in, I believe, North Carolina. We were in the Outer Banks, wherever that is. North Carolina, I believe, is where it is. Or maybe it's Virginia. We flew into North Carolina, then we went, I don't even know, man. We crossed like state borders a couple of times. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. We've been fiancéed for a while. Engaged, I suppose, is the word that I'm looking for. We've been fiancéed for a while. But yeah, and so we take the first leg of our trip. So far, so good. We had a layover in Detroit, and so I had to go to the bathroom during that layover, and because you know how it is, you know, I'm getting to the age where I'm just a delicate little man. I can't take a flight and then another flight directly. I have to stop and go to the bathroom. And I can't be going to the bathroom on a plane like that. Especially because the next flight's only going to be like an hour and a half long. It's like a little jump from one airport to the next. I'm barely going to have time. We're going to get up to cruising altitude. They're going to let me into the bathroom. And then they're going to shut it down and bring us down. So I'm not going to be able to go. So I was like, okay, time for me to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. And the dude in the stall next to me, he was fighting something. Listen, I don't want to get into like TMI territory, you know, but you gotta understand. Okay, you gotta understand, because I'm in the bathroom. Yahtzee flashbacks. Honestly, I get in the bathroom and this is what I see. Okay, and the ungodly large gap to the stall next to me, I see a man. I see a man's feet. I don't know if you can see my feet. I don't know if I want to show you my feet, all things considered. I see he's just holding onto his ankles. He's just fully bent over, grabbing his ankles. And the next thing I hear was what I imagine Vietnam sounded like. It was just fucking, I'm so sorry, like, this is TMI. This is not at all what like we normally do in this channel. Typically I like to imagine we're a slightly more highbrow than haha poop funny, but oh my god, that guy was in trouble. I hope his flight was not for another like hour, because it looks like he needed all the time he could get to beat that demon. But yeah, that's what I got up to. So far, we're getting really good items. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, what we get. Oh, I didn't mean to use the active item. My bad. I need to sometimes when I'm playing games, I need to remember to switch into. I don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me about toilet paper, because planetarium. Okay, out of nowhere. This run is blessed. That was like a 5% chance planetarium. Because tell me why we were staying at this like mega fancy hotel. It was basically more like a full resort than a hotel. It was like a series of buildings right by the beach. Why do fancy hotels literally have the worst toilet paper on earth? Like, what is up with that? Do you know what I mean? Like they have everything so fancy. The beds, oh, the beds, the most comfortable bed you've ever been in. The Wi-Fi, actually, Wi-Fi was kind of ass also, but like incredible views of the ocean. They have a breakfast menu and everything, but they don't fucking have 2-ply toilet paper. Disney does that as well, which is kind of fucked up because like you're literally Disney, like the happiest place on earth, isn't it? Never been to a fancy hotel. Don't need to, honestly. For my money, especially if you're going someplace, I kind of understand it the way that we did it, because for us, we were staying there for a while. You know, like we showed up and we were going to be there, and we were going to be living essentially in the hotel for a while. If you are going somewhere that you're just kind of visiting, right? No need for like big trip, you know, you're not staying there for like a long time, and you're going to be looking at a lot of the local attractions anyway. You don't need a fancy hotel. I've stayed at motels in like San Diego where like we just showed up and we were just going to like the zoo and stuff, and like pretty much we just went to there to sleep. It's not the most comfortable sleep, but as long as you don't get like the most bottom of the barrel motel, it's just as fine. All you need is a working shower and a bed. Like you don't need a massive freaking thing. Like the trappings of everything, is it nice to have? Sure, it's nice to have, but you don't need it. We're gonna leave room for angel deals. I'm gonna hold space for angel deals. But yeah. But then I learned that in those places being the Outer Banks, wherever that exactly is, but like I think that's out in Virginia. I think it's Virginia. It's either North Carolina or Virginia. It's one of them. They have what is probably the most fucked up like kind of business I've ever heard of. You know how there's like how like, I mean, not restaurants, but like fast food chains and stuff, they'll have drive-throughs, right? Like a drive-through is like a very common thing. You just never leave your car, go in, order your food, pick it up, keep going. Well, Virginia has this thing they call, very lovingly, brew-throughs. Which is where you can drive in with your car, buy alcohol, and then just keep driving. They can't sell hard liquor. We asked. They can't sell you like a Jack Daniels, you know. They can't sell you like vodka. They can only sell like beers and seltzers and wine. Wine is like the hardest thing that they have. So like it's not that horrible, but dude, we keep getting damage ups. This is truly the run. Don't drive, it crashes higher up there. Okay, so that's the thing, right? They don't sell hard liquor, which I suppose is because they were like, hey, you like, this is kind of crazy, you literally cannot be doing that. And it's like, yeah, reasonable, fair enough. But it's, you know, it's not encouraging drunk driving. They're not telling you, hey, start drinking this beer right here, right now, while you're still at the wheel. But they're not encouraging drunk driving, right? They got that in Louisiana too. You can drive through daiquiris and shit in New Orleans. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're not encouraging drunk driving, but they're not telling you not to drunk drive. Oh, shit. Okay, we still got the hit off. That's fine. I'm about to die, though, which is not fine. I've not received... there's not been a single, like, heart drop so far. Which, okay, there's one, and there's a bunch more. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we needed. Thank you very much. And an angel deal. Pascal Candle is good. Now, if only I could actually destroy the angel, that would be fantastic. But I literally just used my only bomb. This is so sad. I'm just going to go regular way, and we're going to try to do Mega Satan, I think. But yeah. We did that. What else did we do? Oh, we also went to visit the Wright brothers memorial. Because apparently out there in the Outer Banks is where the Wright brothers did their first flight. Where the first plane was officially ever flown was like right there. So we went and we checked out the place, and it was really nice. It was, you know, a big open space, very flat, very windy. I can see why they picked the spot to fly the planes out there. It was kind of nice to be like in a place that was like such a landmark of history, you know. Because it's kind of crazy because you hear about how, yeah, this is where, you know, first plane to ever be flown was this place in the United States, whatever. But it's kind of hard sometimes to reconcile that thing as like an event of history with that place as a real place in the world that you can go to. You know, I imagine if you go down to see the Titanic and something other than a freaking tin can controlled by an Xbox controller, you could probably feel that same sense of like connection with history at that point, right? That I feel is honestly was pretty cool. But we were out there, and we flew a kite. It was the first time I ever flew a kite. I never done that before. That was great fun, honestly. I really greatly enjoyed it. I realized a couple of things about flying kites. One, it's not as hard as it looks. And two, you're not nearly as much in control as you like to think you are. Like, when you fly a kite, you're really, like, not doing anything. You're just holding a string, and then there's, like, a piece of cloth up in the sky that's doing whatever the hell it wants, and it's just staying up there by the grace of God. Because it's literally just you're just there. Kites are fun when you can get them up. We got one that was, that looked like the space shuttle, which was honestly pretty cute to fly at the Wright Memorial. It was maybe a slap in the face to them type thing. Maybe it was like a little rude to be flying a kite up in there, a kite that looked like a freaking spaceship right in front of them. Maybe that was like a little much. That was a really freaking good, yeah, that was really freaking good, actually. That's what she said. No, evil, wrong. Psst, psst. No, that's fine. That's honestly, I should have picked up on that. That was really funny. But yeah, like when you're flying a kite, you don't really like ever decide to stop flying a kite. I guess is what I'm getting at. Like when you're flying a kite, at some point the kite finally falls down, and then you're like, well, that'll do us for today. You know, like you're never like, okay, let's reel it in, let's stop now. There's never a point in time where you make that decision and then actually follow through on that. The kite will do whatever the hell it wants to do, and you're just lucky to be there. That little poopling freaking demolished me. Not a fan of that. Is there anything? I have a bomb, actually. I'm gonna go into the challenge room, see what item is there, and if it's not good, I can just eat it up at least. Reels akin to the ones on fishing rods. Oh, Wow, I mean that's cool, but that's also kind of like, I don't know, it feels like a little much. No, like it's just like at the end of the day, it is just a kite. You know what I mean? Like as cool as it is and as much as it does, it is also just like a kite. There was like when we were at the kite store, they were showing a promotional video of like freaking like sports kites, like high precision hardcore kites. They looked like a freaking, it looked like a parentheses, and you could control them very nicely apparently. And one of the big selling points for them was like that there's a social aspect to the kite. That if you buy that kite, there's a community of people that fly this kind of kite, and you can participate in professional kite flying or what. It was like something that I was a little like, oh shit. Like that's kind of crazy to be selling someone in that, to be like, hey, wanna buy this $1,000 kites on the off chance you could make friends off the back of it? You know, like I feel like if you're going that far to make friends, just, I don't know, just pay for a therapist and then just walk up to someone and be like, hey, want to be a friend? That's a thing I have to get better at also, to be fair. Like I'm talking shit, but that is something I have to get better at also. Just like having a nice interaction with someone and then being like, hey, do you want to be friends? Because I don't do that nearly as much as I should. Because friends, you know, it is the nature of friends that over time you start losing some of them, right? Like it's just you move away, your opinions change, you know, for whatever reason, lives get busy. You just stop hanging out with friends, and at some point, and you reach a point in your life where the output of friends is a lot larger than the input, and then you're just kind of hanging out by yourself, streaming Isaac to like 4 people, trying to simulate the feeling. And that's, you know, that's not a healthy way to go about things, or so I've heard. I don't know. Dude, I keep going crazy with the damage ups. Holy. If I had a bomb. Hard streaming Pelbadeck gives you friends. Well, I mean, I did that and you showed up, so it must be the case, I suppose. My tiers are mega up. Pascal Candle's really coming through now. Thank you. Oh, if I can get myself a bomb, I can get myself into that chest. But yeah, I need to get better at just like I remember very starkly. I don't know if any of you, anyone out there remember very clearly like a random interaction they had as a kid, like in a park with another kid. Because I do. I remember like being at the swings and a kid showing up, and neither of us were very good at swinging. That's what she said. Neither of us were very good at swinging on the swing, so we kind of decided to take turns pushing each other. There was like a thing that happened so naturally. We were just like little kids. But we were just like, yeah. You push me for a while, and then I push you, and then we started seeing like who could jump the farthest when dismounting from the swing, etc., etc. Yeah, it used to be whoever your teacher sat you next to. That's also true. You used to make friends very organically because you would spend most of your life next to some people. Now you spend most of your life next to like, okay, kind of worth. You spend most of your life next to like co-workers, but I don't know that I would call a co-worker a friend, you know? Like they're paid to be there. It's kind of, there's a different connotation to it, isn't there? Can you make friends out of coworkers? Sure, but it's a different ball game when you're adults. But like that's sort of, I remember very clearly hanging out with that kid, and just kind of we played on the swings for a while, and then we never talked again, and then it just kind of came and went. And I was like, that could have been the best man at my wedding, dude. I don't fucking know. I should have done something there. Then again, I was just a kid. I'm not gonna about to like reprimand myself so far into the past. That's not my game. We'll take it. We'll take it. They can't all be winners. Or that's why you need your kite communities. Exactly, exactly. But yeah, I flew the kite. It was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. What else did we get up to while we were out there? Oh, we went to visit. We went to visit a wild horse sanctuary. That is right. This guy, this little international boy was about to show up in America and he was gonna see himself some Mustangs. I was so excited. Then the tour starts and immediately they're like, so anyway, yeah, when the Spanish came by, and then I'm like, ah, shit, here we go again. What did we do this time? So when the Spanish came by, apparently, since the beaches here are very flat, the horses would... Wait, since the beaches here are very flat, the horses would need to get dropped off the ships to sort of to lighten down the ship when they were about to land. And I'm like, ah, fuck. So we started just abandoning horses because we couldn't land our ships. Okay, that's really cool of us. Whatever. Chincoteague. No. We went to... There's just like a natural horse like reserve out there. So that's what we hit up. And it was honestly some of the most disappointing touring I have ever done. Nothing to do with the horses, all right? The horses are perfect. Horses are beautiful, fantastic. They're creatures that know no blemish. The problem is, right, that somehow, even though it is like a natural sanctuary, there were still just houses there. Yeah, I cannot make you understand this enough. They were straight up just houses in the middle of the horse sanctuary. I'm gonna buy a bomb because in case I get a angel deal. Apparently, they just couldn't get the horses' houses. No. Like rental houses. That's the worst part. Even it wasn't even houses. It wasn't even houses that were like people were living in them. I think it's just that a bunch of companies realized that somehow there was some loophole in the law that how they put together there, that you could build houses there even though it was a natural sanctuary. And they were like, well, people are gonna love to Airbnb here for like a week. But then there's also something so fucking funny about the fact, because I was looking at like house prices there, and it was like, you know, about 2 million per house if you wanted to just straight up buy one there, which I guess is kind of rarefied air, you know, like it's not very often you're gonna get to buy a house right there next to some really cute horses. So I guess I'll let it slide. But it was really odd because even though you're allowed to build there, there is laws in place where there were signs up all over the place that were like, don't get near the horses. If you get closer than 50 feet to a horse, you will be fined $500. But there's people that straight up like live there. Oh, Chincoteague horses. Oh. It might be, honestly. It might be. But it's like, imagine, right? Because there's these rules about you can't get close to the horses. Imagine if you live there and then the horse is just hanging out next to your car. You can't get to your car without incurring a $500 fine. Are you just kind of stuck there? Like if the horse is in your backyard, so he's kind of covering your front door, your back door maybe even. What do you do? You're just kind of there. You can't leave. $500 if you step out of your house. Misty is from there. He saw Misty's house. I really freaking... Okay, we've got the horse people in the chat. We got some centaurs up in here. I did not realize this was gonna be such a popular topic. But yeah, I did not realize also about horses. Horses have incels. They have like actual like real incels. None of that fake crap. You know, none of that fake crap that's like human incels that just kind of like stew around online and they're like all bitter and shit. No, because like horses have harems, right? That's what they're called officially. They're called harems. I learned this from the tour guide. Don't come at me. Horses have harems, and it's typically one stallion to about like 3, 4, maybe even 5 mares. And so since horses get born at like a 50-50, rate, there's a bunch of horses that just don't get to have mares. And they just kind of like brood. It was so funny. We found a group of them. They like to hang out together. Because they like horses are social creatures. So when there's like a bunch of horses that don't have their own harem, they call them bachelors. They will hang out together and they'll just kind of look sad. Like we saw a bunch of them outside of a house and they were just kind of hanging out next to like their dumpster, just kind of like nudging it, kind of like kicking it, you know. They were kind of like brooding. Just they were kind of like stewing in their misery a little bit. And oh well, I didn't mean to hit that, but to be fair, I've been carrying it with me for God knows how long and I did nothing about that. I was looking at the chat. Can you call an animal service to remove the horse? Well, I don't know if they would want to come and do it because, like, my brother in Christ, you're the one that's in the horse's home. The horses were there before you. You're the one that decided to build a house in horseland. Are you gonna call me complaining about a horse? The horse was a pre-existing condition. Freaking calling in New York being like, dude, there's a bunch of skyscrapers here. Yeah. Like, can you imagine that? Like if a horse called someone and was like, well, there's a bunch of stairs up in here in New York. I can't make heads or tails of it. And they're going to be like, you know what? So right. Let me go ahead and get rid of them for you. No. Dude. The stairs were there first. Horses were there first. They get priority. Sorry. Priority enrollment for the horse. These things do not die. Never mind. They do. But yeah. I hope something gets done about those houses up in there because they really were just like it had a real sense of like grubby opportunism about it. Like every other house was in the middle of being built. You know, in the kind of way that makes you feel like, yeah, this is some like gross capitalist shit where like they've just realized they can start building here. A bunch of them were just wooden frames being put together. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna be in trouble. There's 2 of you. I know this. I'm so fucking worried. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, that's why. They keep popping up right on top of you. There we go. Horses have tails. They do. Do you think they'd move a horse if it went in their building? Well, at that point, you know, I feel like you'd have a real conundrum because then you would have like, thank you guys. Thank you. You'd have a real conundrum because then basically it would be like, how far does castle doctrine extend? You know, If a horse enters my property in a horse sanctuary, am I allowed to shoot it? Because somehow there's property in a horse sanctuary now. So it's like, I don't know. I guess, you know, knowing Americans, it's only a matter of time until we find out, I'm pretty sure. Okay. I wanted to try and not take damage. It seems so far I am succeeding in that, but I make no illusions as to my ability to continue to do that. He's so good with it. Never mind. He's literally so good with it. Do we need to do Hush? We do need to do Hush. Fuck it, we ball. I'll do Hush. But yeah. We also took some engagement photos while we were out there. That was pretty fun. I have never been an active part of a photo shoot like that. Did I pose with horses? No. Not while we were there, like in the horse sanctuary. Oh, yes, that's huge. Not while we were in the horse sanctuary. While we were like out at the beach, they wouldn't let us out of the horse sanctuary like that. That'd be crazy. Tell me there's like a battery in here, please. There is a battery. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. We're going to absorb you. Okay, take a battery. Then we're not really gonna have any treasure rooms going forward, so that doesn't matter. And absorb you. Oh, it absorbs the active item first, not the one you're closest to. That's kind of annoying. Is there anything worth doing here? No, I'm going to just donate some cash. I feel like I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, we did the engagement photo shoot. That was pretty freaking fun. It was cold though. Like, you know, you have to like, no pain, no gain type thing. Like, yeah, of course, if we want the photos to turn out pretty, we have to sacrifice something. And by something, I mean every pore in my body, because they clench so hard. I'm pretty sure they're all gone at this point. I've lost the ability to sweat because it was chilly out in that beach. And I was there in just like a little white shirt and my little beige pants because it was supposed to look all natural and cute and pure type thing. And oh man, it hurt. In between, I was doing like jumping jacks in between every photo. And the one that was posing us was my sister-in-law. So she was just basically going off of Pinterest and showing me some like contortionist pose where I'm like, she's like being dipped and I have my back half turned and somehow the sun is hitting us just so and the wind is blowing her hair like this. And I was like, I don't know if we can do this, man. I don't know if we can, I don't know if we can, like, I don't know if I got that in me. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love her very much. And that remains the case. But you're asking me to perform something that I'm pretty sure I can't physically do. I don't know if these photos are going to... Also, in my mind, I feel like an engagement photo shoot probably looks better if the poses look a little bit more natural than that. Like a lot of the final photos were actually that, you know, they were natural looking, they were very cute. I was really into them. Wow. Okay, we lost our tier rate. It was honestly a miracle it lasted this long. Where are we safe? Here we are safe. There we go. Yeah, safe spaces and Hush are honestly such once you discover those, you're set for life. Need to get rid of those because they spew a bunch of little blood tears and they're really annoying. I might need to shut up and focus for a little bit. I will be back soon, but we're getting into the complicated parts of Hush now, and okay, this should be safe. Yes, there we go. Night night. Oh, you're going to bed? All right, night night. Thank you for hanging out. Well, Felby is shelved for the moment, but I hope you'll hang out for whatever is in store next. Pokemon, for example. And of course, if you have game recommendations, I'll always very happily take those, because if you enjoyed Felby, I'm sure you'll have some fantastic recs for me. Yeah. Hush is looking very doable right now. Amori. Amori it's another RPG Maker game, right? Or it's at least like it's a similar thing. It's turn-based, etc., etc. Why did I know you were gonna be into Amori, by the way? Like, I've literally never heard you mention this game before, but I was like, I bet Rune would be into that. It's got some Night in the Woods vibes, doesn't it? The sort of like friend group, fighting stuff, familiarity yet unfamiliarity. Feels like it shares a lot of those vibes. I'm like, yeah, Rune would be on the Mori head for sure. Gotta get rid of these little things. Yeah, oh, there's so many of them. No wonder I was getting hit everywhere. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I like the idea of doing something like that. I do not own Amori is the problem. And I am reluctant to spend money on games for stream because I am not making money off stream. I'm in a dangerous spot right now. Oh, we got him though. When I start making money off of stream, you better believe I'm gonna start like getting stuff for stream in that regard. But until then, I will stick to games I know I am. And like, I will stick to games that are in my wheelhouse in a way that is more like, if I would buy it for myself, I will play it on stream type thing. If and when I start making money, then that's a whole other conversation at that point. I don't know. Oh, another thing that I did while I was out on vacation, I learned how to code games very rudimentarily. I coded Pong. It took me about 3-4 hours to code fucking Pong. But for someone who has never coded anything in their life, that's not so bad, I would say. So I've got that going now. It certainly taught me some things, and it certainly also it helped me see, I think, that programming, as much as I like the idea of it, starting with Pong and learning just how fucking hard for me it was to put together was a real eye-opener in terms of like, yeah, you should get the crazy ideas of I'm going to make the next big game out of your head. You should forget all of that, and you should just make some Pong, you know? Like, you should make Pong, and then you should make Snake, and then you should make the simplest platformer, and then you should make a little more complicated platform. You know, you can start adding levels of convolution to it if you want after that point, but you cannot. The Bibble and Bookworm, and then Consume. But it was really enjoyable, all things considered. I've said it before, I really actually enjoy coding. I do it a little bit as part of my job. So like, it's not that like I had zero experience, but it was my first time coding a video game, and that was certainly complicated. But this is, I think I'm going to make it kind of my summer project. I'm going to try to learn how to make a video game. At least something simple, but something I can be a little proud of, you know? Because, and get ready for this, because it's going to hurt, I'm probably going to be away for most of the summer. I'm going to be away from my computer anyway, which means I won't be able to stream much. Because I'm going to be going back home. I haven't been able to go back home for an extended period of time in quite a while, because it's just, you know, with work and stuff, it just hasn't materialized that way. And if I can go now, I feel like I would be remiss not to. I'm gonna start exploding some of these because they can have good stuff. So you will get no streams out of me probably through most of summer. I would say from the end of June until something like September, maybe October. Such as life. But you know, I'll come back revivified and with plenty of ideas, and I will have a lot of vim and vigor in me to implement them, and that will be very fun. Hopefully I'll come back with a freaking, I mean, you know, not a good video game, but like with some experience in it, and if that's something I want to continue to pursue, then, you know, that could also be introduced into the rotation. The dev streams are certainly a thing that exists, and people like to watch co-working shit and stuff like that. That's definitely a hit. So, you know, far be it from me to pass up an opportunity to do something like that. Oh. Sometimes the pattern doesn't quite line up. It used to be that corner was infallible. Now it's not always the case anymore. And that really sucks. Speed 2 is saving my ass out here though. For real. And making an enemy friendly at least seems to make... I'm about to die. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I remembered I could pop this for a heart and some damage. I'm about to die anyway. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh. That should not have been as close as it was. That should not have been that close. A Locust of War has appeared. Okay, something good, please. Contagion is pretty decent. The rest of them are not, though. Oh, why greed? I gotta be careful about getting up in a corner next to this guy, because the way my tiers can travel through corners, I have to imagine his also can. And that would be really fucking unfortunate to get hit out the corner of one of those. That would be really, really sad. Okay, I just have to survive this room. Oh, it's the bosses. It's bosses. Of course it's bosses. Why is it always bosses? But it's gotta be, yeah, I think there's gotta be 3 of them, I think. Maybe not. Maybe there's just 2. What do I know? I'm just a silly guy. I'm just a silly guy. What do I know? Maybe it's just 2. If I live this room, I can pop my active for a heart. And I pick up some hearts also. That's huge. Pop that for a heart. Okay, okay. Immediately I feel a lot better about my prospects, because holy shit, that was... Like, I walked into the Isaac fight with everything going for me, and somehow I walked out shivering. That was not cool. There we go. Yeah, I think that got one of them. No, not even. Wow, what do I even pay you for, dude? There we go. Yeah. The candle is deceptively good. I mean, not deceptively. I guess it is a tier 3 item, so not deceptively good. It's just good. I'm gonna eat all of these. See what I get. No damage ups. Tier rate up, though. I'll take. And every time I pop it, I do get a familiar for the room. Let's not overlook that. Money equals power. More damage. Which we will absolutely take. If only I could get like a good familiar out of the monster manual, then we're popping. Oh, it's good to play some Isaac. It's been a while. It's been too long. I am incapable of saying that without saying it the way Tracer does at the start of the Overwatch cinematic that played when you booted up the game. Man, that game ruined me in so many ways. It showed me a good hero shooter and then was like, what if we ruined it for you, by the way? Although, I might be misguided in saying that. I'm just gonna keep popping it as soon as I can with this. I might be misguided in saying that because I feel like the Overwatch player numbers are actually higher than they've ever been, which maybe is not that much of a surprise because it is a free game now. So at least there's a lot more people just playing it for the heck of it now. There's no barrier of entry, so even if the game is worse, there's more people that have access to it by virtue of it just being free. But okay, I'm into that. But people are saying the game balance is different now. Didn't they also change now? I might be wrong about this, but didn't they literally also change the way characters work in game? Like you can level up a character as you are playing it or something. I don't know. Last time I played, they had just added Ash, I think. They had just Ash. No, it wasn't Ash. It was the other one. The one that they added when Overwatch 2 started. No, Ramatra. Ramatra was the last one I was on for. When they added Ramatra, and I was starting to see some of him in competitive play. And let's not forget that whole freaking mess that it was, that you could get Ramatra if you paid, and people that didn't couldn't play him in competitive, and so competitive was literally pay to win. That was like a whole thing. Let's not forget that happened, because that very much did happen. Do I want this, or do I want to... I think I want to eat it for damage up. Absolutely, I want to eat it. Oh, and that's such a good familiar. Oh, now at this point I'm like, give me freaking delirium, baby. And with money equals power on top of it, I should have grabbed that other coin. It's whatever. My tier rate, how could you? Okay, thank you. I've kind of completely forgotten my train of thought because there's just so much shit going on right now. The amount of stuff going on is crazy. Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, it's just that I've been having a bit of a hankering to play Overwatch. I think I have a bit of like an abusive relationship with Overwatch, shall we call it? I don't know why I thought I could fly. I cannot fly. I didn't even get stats up for that. Am I just done? Am I just cooked? They were just like, no more for you, actually. Yeah, I'm not flying. Oh, because I absorbed the Bible, so I sometimes have flight for the room. That's what's throwing me. That's what's throwing me. Also, this should have an item. Oh yeah, camo antis is actually really good, so we're gonna take that. Thank you. Now I honestly want the Delirium Portal off the back of this now. We have a really spank and run. Finally, we can get some Apollyon marks. Oh, yeah. Now, of course, a lot of these familiars are going to be gone, but yeah, we absolutely take a delirium. We absolutely take a delirium here. We're going to do a delirium. We're going to finish that out. We're going to call it here for today after that, because the stream has been going a while. More locust. I guess Apollyon really is just locust unlocker. That early planetarium honestly gave us life. Gave this run some much needed, not CPR, but like some steroids of anything, some performance enhancing drugs. It really gave it a good shot right in the leg. Was like, here, boy, this'll get you fighting up there with the big guys. I'm greedy. I'm also at speed 2 and I don't know what to do about it. There we go. You stay the fuck away. I would like a teleportation item. That would be really cool if I could get one of them. For purposes of... range up? Okay, sure. If I could get like a teleportation item for purposes of not doing delirium fight first thing, so I can go around and sort of build my army, etc. If I could do that, that'd be really cool. Let me also pick up some coins, because those equal power. Dude, better chest rewards, better chest rewards. Okay, yeah, the delirium run is very much alive. Let me real quick. Is that how you spell Apollyon? This is gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me if I get it wrong. It's gonna bother me. It is correct. Apollyon, yeah. Yeah, Camel Undies really just kind of lets you blast through a room after you walk into it, which is very cool, honestly. Wait, actually, the broken magnet, it just attracts coins, that one, right? That's probably... yeah. That's really huge for our damage up situation. For our money equals power situation, let's call it. Why is my damage going down? Oh, because of that camo effect, is it? I will, like, full clear this floor before I get to Delirium if I have to. Just so I can... oh, one of these cards could be it. Could I bomb them out? I absolutely could. That's the devil. What about this one, then? What are you? The tower? Screw you. Plug in. I need to jack in. There we go. I completely forgot about the fact there were still bosses to be beat in this room. I think that's honestly, it's the curse of a good Isaac run, especially one where I'm hitting like 2 speed out of the gate. My brain needs to like overclock to account for the fact that so much shit is going on and the run is good. that the actual yapping goes down, and that's a problem. Yeah, I see a card there. World, that's good. Are you? Oh, fuck you, dude. How are you gonna give me the world and amnesia as back to back? Back to fucking back, dude. That's so rude. There was a boss fight right here. I remember that much. Do I want to hedge my bets? Is this going to be delirium? It was not delirium, baby. Okay, the mother and trinket. That's not really good. I'll take the mother transformation. I don't think it does that much for us, all things considered, but... Experimental pill. Okay, the adversary. Adversary has quite a bit of health. Oh, the farts. Farts worked for us. Huge. Do I want to just pop this right here? I just eat it. Honestly. Just eat it at this point and just bring me back into the next one. What familiar did I get for the floor? Nothing that I could see? That's a little fucked up. Oh, I did. There it is. It's that thing that's holding it in place. Wait, that actually could be huge for delirium. That actually could really, really work for us. I'm gonna go put some charges in this bad boy. I'm gonna go fill up the tank and come back and absorb that thing. That's gonna be good. Thanks for the bomb, loser. I still need one more, huh? Yeah. I can't count. Oh, I've been here before. Oh, there's still one little fly out there. My bad, my bad. I'm gonna go absorb this. It was a bear damage up, little bit. We've got ice baby. No, that's brother Bobby, I think. That's not even ice baby. Sad. Now what's going to be a problem is actually finding the boss rooms. The world and amnesia is so fucking devious, man. I need me a Dagaz now, because if I have to go around the whole floor I've already cleared just to go find where the freaking delirium is living. I'll do it though. Oh, somehow I never even went in here, huh? Yeah, that sounds like something I'd do for sure. Oh, yeah. I just fully ignored some of this stuff. I see. Are you delirium? No, you're not. Now I'm like, it's the opposite, because now I am actually kind of trying to find delirium. And instead, I can't. I don't want this. Let me clear a room real quick. And then I'll come back and absorb this. New familiar, Brimstone Boy. Very nice. What do you do? Classic. A classic. I have no grounds to be salty now. I have no grounds to be salty. We have a absolutely ginormous run. I will not complain. There's delirium. Hey, bestie. I should have maybe saved the item so I could activate it in here. That'd be pretty cool if I could do that, just so I could like fly for the room. But I don't know if delirium is one of those that automatically kills you if you use the Bible. That might be the case. And in which situation I would be remiss to use that. Oh yes, yes, this familiar is actually incredible for Delirium. Because a lot of what makes Delirium really annoying is the way that it will move around at the speed of light. If that familiar can hold it in place for me, that's actually going to help lots. You can't just spawn on top of me. I'm pretty sure legally you're not allowed to do that. You can't attack me like that either. Oh, dude. Coins. Bit of damage. I'm at 99 coins already, so not even that. That's so sad. He's kind of staying put somehow. Oh, never mind. That's because I spoke. That's for speaking. I will be so sad if they've removed that very cool thing Delirium used to do, where there was one transformation on it that just nuked most of its health somehow. Like the health calculations were not right on it. And all you needed to do was wait until that happened. Oh, my beloved. Please tell me that is still the case. Sorry, I need to kill all these little guys first. Also, yeah, I need to get on dodging duty. Okay, you now. I don't know how I didn't get hurt there. I have a suspicion that infamy helped there, because I don't believe for a friggin' second, I didn't eat at least one of those Sunny D light tears right there. I heard the mom. I turned up the volume for this level, which is also hurting the yap capabilities, but it's certainly helping me actually hear what the hell's going on, which in a delirium world is okay. Well, see, that I don't think you can legally do. I don't think you're actually allowed to do that. Okay, there we go. I'm getting a little greedy. I'm getting a little cheeky, a little greedy. I gotta not do that. Somehow they're very Hollow Knight coded, those tears. As far as I know, there's no other enemy in the game that has tears quite like that. But I am into it. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we did it. And Lord knows we needed that. Lord knows we needed that. And Delirium done. A void has appeared in the basement. Oh, that's pretty good in a day's work, I would say. So, thank you very much for watching. I've been Gallium GG. Potentially stream this weekend. Potentially not. It depends on what the plans arise to be. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.